Here's every week 0 college football team ranked. At number 10, I've got Idaho State. It's the lone FCS team playing in an FBS matchup in week 0, and it's a program that has really struggled historically in the Big Sky. They've kind of been the laughing stock of the conference, but their new head coach, a young, energetic guy named Cody Hawkins, has really turned some things around. They went 5-7 last year in the Big Sky, which isn't that bad for such a loaded conference, and I am seeing some signs of improvement. They could be a solid FCS team, but they can't really compare to any of the FBS teams here. Next up is going to be Sam Houston. This may seem disrespectful. Sam Houston won 10 games last season and was a CUSA contender, but their head coach, Casey's Healer, he takes the job at Temple. They bring in Phil Longo. Longo, not with extensive head coaching experience. He does a lot to bring in new guys to this roster. They do have some continuity, like their quarterback, Hunter Watson, is back, but overall, a lot of uncertainty with this team. Next up is Hawaii. This team really thinks this is their year. It's year 3 under Timmy Chang. They've seen the signs of improvement in the first couple of seasons. The program was taken over in a really rough spot. They're expecting to get back to a bowl game this year, and I think it's possible with the quarterback they have in Mike Alejado. They also play Sam Houston head-to-head, so that will be a measuring stick there. Next up is Fresno State, a program that fully expects to be great this year in the Mountain West, but I'm not completely sold on their new head coach, Matt Entz, just immediately flipping things and getting them back to where they're used to in that conference. Entz has won multiple national titles at the FCS level, but he also orchestrated arguably the 3 worst seasons for North Dakota State since like 2010. So it's a mixed bag. We'll see how they fare this season. Stanford has a lot of turmoil they're facing this year. They fired their head coach. They had a portal exodus in the spring. Frank Reich is technically an interim head coach, and they're starting a guy named Ben Gulbranson that wanted to retire from football, and Stanford talked him out of it to come be their quarterback. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot that could go very wrong for them this year. They're going to be one of the worst power conference teams this season. Western Kentucky is another program that brings in a ton of new this season in the CUSA, but they still have their head coach, Tyson Helton, who has done a roster reset like this before in the past. So you trust his track record, you trust what he's done in the past. I think they'll still be a solid CUSA contender. UNLV is breaking in a new head coach with Dan Mullen. They're hoping he can sustain the success the program has found over the last 2 years under Barry Odom, and I think everything points to him doing just that. The talent they have on this roster is pretty spectacular. It's a ready-made winner, and I trust Mullen as a head coach. Kansas just missed a bowl game last year, but they were much better than their record indicated, and I expect them to bottle up some of the things that were working for them in November last season and have a pleasantly surprising year. Iowa State's coming off a Big 12 title game appearance, and I really do like a lot of the things they have, including their quarterback Rocco Becht being back, but they are missing 2 key pieces of the offense that added a lot of explosivity for them. Can they effectively replace those guys this year? That is the biggest question for the Cyclones. Just getting the top spot in this list will be Kansas State. Chris Klieman has built a machine with the Wildcats, and you can trust year in and year out there's a certain caliber of play they will reach no matter what their ultimate ceiling ends up being.